October 9th. Welcome to day 9 of Vlogtober 2022. My name is Tracy and I am the podcaster of Knitting on the Float. And today we are going to go up to the mainland for a little bit, and I am hoping to get some herbs that I can put in this bag here so that I can put together a dish for our group Thanksgiving that we're having down here with a bunch of residents of the float home tomorrow. So today my plan is to prep the potatoes and to make the cranberry sauce, and I'm also in charge of stuffing. So I'm hoping to get some herbs from the garden that's on the mainland from one of our neighbors. So I'm going to head down there and head up to the mainland, and hopefully we can get some herbs to put in my Ziploc bag. I am going to take you on a little adventure today. We are going up the ramp, and it's really steep today because it's low tide-ish right now. And let me just actually show you the mud flats. Anyway, we're gonna go up to the top of the ramp. We're almost there. We're almost there. We can make it. We can make it. Ah, we did it. And we're gonna go over to this little garden over here, and we're gonna go on an adventure through here. And several of our neighbors have this beautiful, I like to call it the adventure garden, and we're gonna take a look. I have just been told what the actual name of this garden is, and it is the Path to Enlightenment. So that is what it is officially called by the neighbors. So let's go down the garden path to the Path to Enlightenment. And there are lovely little stones through here. I'm going to need to be really super careful. And all along there are bird houses and lots of lovely little planted things. We're going to come back here in a few minutes because this is the herb garden, and there is the rosemary, and there is the thyme that I am looking for, so we are going to come back and get that. But before we do that, let me just take you for a little walk on the Path to Enlightenment. Here's a nice bench here so we can sit for a minute. Look at these cute little pine cones. I'm not quite sure why the tires are here. I think they're probably the winter tires, but storage for tires. And lots of crunchy leaves on the ground because we are coming into fall. We have had the most beautiful weather here the past few weeks. And we've got these beautiful trees, lots of foliage. And just continue along the path. Of course, I have no idea what any of these trees are, other than I believe this is one of the lilac trees. There are a couple of lilac trees that are planted in here. Oh my goodness, look at this adorable birdhouse. And one of my neighbors really, he knows all the birds, and so we'll be walking and he'll say, oh, that's whatever, warbler or whatever. I will tell you, we've not seen any cardinals. They do water it down here, but it's a little bit crazy. Not snakes, hoses. And yeah, so it's just a nice, quiet space to be, and carefully continue through this way. And then these are all blackberries. They are quite thorny. The other day when we were out for a walk, I noticed that there were even some flowering blackberries. These ones are all dried up now. I guess they're not getting the same sunshine. But so many blackberries, and this is where Nathaniel, not this part of the garden, but all along the top between the road and the float homes, there are berry bushes that go along. And this is where Nathaniel in the summertime was excited to pick blackberry bushes, or blackberries. There are palm trees here. You'd think we were in California, but no, we are in Vancouver. Now I'm going to carefully step up here. This may not go so gracefully as I'd like, but make sure I've got a good footing as I hold the camera, and we'll go back up and out of the path to enlightenment. And I want to share with you this beautiful holly tree, and the berries are out too. So while it is Thanksgiving weekend, it is beginning to feel like Christmas isn't too far away. There's bamboo here as well, and I think there's another lilac tree just over here. I believe this is one of the lilacs. Anyway, we are going to, there's a little bit more down this way, and look, even a little bit of flowering still happening. We are going to go back to the path of enlightenment, and we are going to pick our rosemary and thyme. This was the exit from the path to enlightenment, and as you can see now, that was why I was a little bit careful trying to come up here. We're going to go down the other entrance though. There's the palm tree. I should have thought to have brought the little scissors with me, the little garden shears, to clip these off. I may have to go down and get them, but I think I'm going to try just with my fingernails for now. Anyway, we will get that done. Beautiful fresh rosemary and thyme. There's the rosemary. Smells so good. And thyme, also very, very fragrant. So just pop it in the little bag here. And we will leave the path of enlightenment and go back to Tracy's kitchen. Right now, my hands smell like fresh rosemary and thyme. There are definitely worse smells. We are back in the kitchen. It is the Thanksgiving long weekend in Canada, and tomorrow, I think it's about 5 of the float houses, we're going to be getting together and having a lovely Thanksgiving meal, and I am in charge of 3 parts of the meal. So first one, and they're all fairly simple. First one, stuffing. So I've got the boxes of these, and then I'm going to augment the stuffing by adding a little bit of celery and some onion and some craisins. So I'm going to do that tomorrow because there's no point making stuffing the day in advance. I'm going to do little red potatoes, and I'm going to be cutting them in half, and I'm going to use the sage and the thyme from the Path of Enlightenment to season them up a little bit, and then I'm going to put them in here to store overnight, let them season, get really nice and aromatic and flavorful, and then we'll cook the potatoes tomorrow. And then the other thing, and I'm going to do this today, is in the freezer, because this is the best place to keep these. I have cranberries, and I'm going to make cranberry sauce because I love fresh cranberry sauce. So I'll be doing that a little bit later on today. But right now, we're just going to work on potatoes, seasonings, and then I'm going to call it a day for the vlog. The potatoes that I do are really quite simple. I just basically cut them in half, throw them in a bowl, and once I've got them in there, I'm going to put olive oil, salt, pepper, and then I am going to put that lovely fragrant rosemary and thyme that I picked earlier into the mixture. And I'm just putting them in my KitchenAid bowl, and I have a lid from my glass Pyrex bowls that fits perfectly on it. So once I've got everything in here and seasoned, I'll shake it up and then cover it over so it's able to sort of sit overnight and really get the olive oil in there and those spices also in there. So really simple potatoes, and sometimes it's nice to put a little bit of mustard powder. Maybe I'll put a little bit of mustard powder in too. That's nice as a seasoning. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, more. And to season, I am going to add some olive oil. So I will drizzle olive oil in here. 3 bags of potatoes calls for a little bit more olive oil than I would normally use. I can always add more, so I'll stop there for now. And then pepper. And again, I'll add more. Some ground salt as well. And I'm going to get the herbs. I did want to add a little bit of mustard as well. It's going to need a little bit more seasoning, but this is going to be so yummy. So here is my bag of rosemary and thyme. What do you think, Nathaniel? He's at the counter.
Good.
Smells good, smells fresh. So we have our little bits of thyme, our little bits of rosemary, not raspberry, and just need to clean them up, and then we can start putting them in the potatoes. I usually use the spices that are in jars or bags sometimes. This is the first time I'm ever using fresh thyme. This one's completely gone, but I've given these a little bit of a rinse. Whoa! Someone drove by on a boat. It wasn't going terribly fast, but it was enough to have us rocking a bit. Anyway, I am going to try and get these little thyme leaves, I'm still rocking, off of this branch here and just start sprinkling them on here. My goodness, that was a rock, wasn't it?
Look at the lights.
The lights are swinging. The
fan
above our head, I like to call it the Phantom of the Opera fan, is swinging. So I don't know if you can, I don't think there's any reflections of anything swinging right now. The fun things of being on the float house. Yesterday, some guy went by in a very fast boat, and when he went by, I knew the house was going to move. This is the kind of thing here that moves the house, when people go by really, really fast. And so they are zooming by really fast. It's worse actually when they stop suddenly, but the wake comes, and then when the wake comes, what ends up happening is it moves the house. So people are not supposed to go down here so fast, but they do. Here come the waves, and I'll show you what happens in our house. Here's the Phantom of the Opera fan. I better hold on to the counter just in case we moved like we did before. But the fan is starting to move. The lights are starting to swing. And here come the waves. So anyway, I am going to try and pick these off. I accidentally threw a little piece of branch in there. Nobody wants a piece of branch in there. food. Oh, this is going to be so good.
I can smell the good aroma.
I know, it smells lovely, doesn't it? Can you ever have enough time? I don't know. You'd always like to have more
Time.
time on the screen.
Yeah.
But what about more time in your potatoes?
No, I don't like potatoes whatsoever. I'll have a tiny little bit.
You like these ones usually. But yeah, you don't often like baked potatoes or things like that. But you're going to, I know, remember the smell of these and say, oh, I gotta try it. Roast potatoes are usually quite nice.
I don't like those two.
You don't like roast potatoes?
I don't like the big potato.
Oh, okay, but you like mashed potatoes?
Yes.
You
Hash
like
brown.
French fries?
Hash brown.
You like the typical ones that children like, right?
You could say that.
I could say that. I did say that. Okay, apparently I picked a lot, but I mean, I do have 3 bags of potatoes here, so.
Would you like help one? Is this the rosemary or the thyme?
This is the thyme. The rosemary is still in the bag.
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, here. Yeah, we'll take that off and, yeah, thank you. You are the chief inspector, making sure that I don't get any stems. Are you going to try one? Is that what you're going to do?
I'm going to try a little bit of thyme.
Yeah. Do you know how to spell thyme?
Thyme.
Excellent. Can you spell Mississippi?
Mississippi.
Aha, good. That'll make sense to everybody in a couple of days. Haven't shown that part of the video yet. Maybe tomorrow we'll see some more traveling. Tomorrow maybe we'll do Marshall, Texas to the Panhandle.
My goodness, Mom. You're putting in so many
I know,
twigs.
but
Sing a song. Make it
what?
simple. Don't add this to the video. Don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing. Sing a song.
And everybody wants to join in and go la 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 la.
Sing. Sing a. What's the next verse?
Sing a song to last the whole day long. Don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing.
Sing a song.
Just sing. Sing a song.
My goodness.
Oh my gosh, are we done this time yet?
Please stop with the puns. This is a lot of time.
I know, and it takes a lot of time.
Can
Enough puns, you said.
Pun?
You said enough puns.
Yes, I did.
But then you started. You are my silly one.
You are the one that makes the puns.
Okay. Oh,
You're finished with the time.
I'm finished with the time. Time to add some rosemary.
Yay.
Like rosemary. Time is done. Now with the rosemary, we want to just want to make sure we're not getting branches. And it's kind of nice if you can break them a little bit. Like they can be, because they get fragrant when you break them. And so you sort of, if you can
How do you know all this, Miss Mother?
I usually use rosemary, but dried rosemary. This is fresh.
Now comes the fun part.
It's the fun part, smelling your hands.
No, mixing it.
Mixing it's easy. I'm going to put a little bit of...
Yeah, the fun part, as I said.
Going to add a little bit of dry mustard powder. Oops, comes off that way. Sprinkle that on there. And make it really easy to mix up. Just take my container and give it a shake. So, it needs a little bit more of a shake, but just to give you an idea, ooh. I'm gonna lift the camera to look down. Here are the potatoes. I might add a bit more pepper, a little bit of salt, and definitely I'm going to give it a little bit more of a shake. But for tomorrow's meal, potatoes are ready to just rest for a bit, and we will enjoy those tomorrow. Anyway, for today, I think that is it. We have our potatoes prepped for tomorrow. We'll put them in the fridge overnight to really get seasoned, and we will see you tomorrow tomorrow's the 10th of October, Canadian Thanksgiving. So
Yay.
See you then. Bye. Yesterday, Nathaniel made us this amazing pie, and it was terrible. We had such a hard time eating it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a hard time eating it. We ate half last night. We're gonna have the other half for dinner tonight. And today, he's been busy again with our neighbor, and today he learned how to make
Cinnamon rolls.
cinnamon rolls. And we've got the oven preheating, because I told Nathaniel that once the potatoes were ready, he could put
Cinnamon rolls.
into the oven.